5:9 says, "You shall not bow to them or serve them," them being other gods, right? "For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children to the third and fourth generation. For who? For those who hate me." The Daily Mail, they have an interview with Kevin Spacey's brother here. Kevin Spacey's father, according to him, was a Nazi child rapist who what? Hated Jews and sexually abused his own son for years, and their mother knew, claims Kevin Spacey's brother.
Oh, wow.
Kevin Spacey's older brother, Randall Fowler, has spoken out about their abusive father exclusively to the Daily Mail. Spacey, 58, is facing allegations of trying to seduce actor Anthony Rapp when he was 14 years old and sexually assaulting a relative of Heather Unruh. Fowler, who is Kevin Spacey's older brother, I'm not sure why they have different last names, but that's besides the point. He's 62. He claims that their father, Thomas Jeffrey Fowler, was a Nazi and would rape Fowler throughout his adolescence, and that his mother knew of the abuse. Fowler said, "There is so much darkness in our home. It was absolutely miserable. Kevin tried to avoid what was going on." But, you know, you can't avoid the spiritual reality of the promises of God. The Rod Stewart, I guess his brother is a Rod Stewart impersonator and limo driver, claims that he didn't personally have children. Why? So that they wouldn't inherit the, quote, sexual predator gene from his father.
Wow.
So even this guy knows that there's something going on here from father to son that happens whether the kids are around or not. The older brother to the famed actor claims that Spacey had no feeling and retreated into acting as an escape from the problems at home. Spacey has claimed to not recall the incident with Rapp and has issued an apology of sorts. He's gone into some kind of rehab, right? The Oscar winner said he will need to address other things about his life and announced his choice to now live openly as a gay man. You know, we've talked about the gay recipe in the past.
I know.
Here we go again, right? I mean, this whole thing with his father and Kevin Spacey trying to escape his father in the acting community. I mean, Kevin Spacey's father and this dynamic really does fit the gay recipe that we've talked about. We use examples not from personal lives. We have people that come to us through the ministry with whom we counsel out of this lifestyle. And Carl, it's the same thing over and over and over again. But we can't use their personal information because they have a reasonable expectation of privacy, right?
Right.
But these people like Kevin Spacey, George Michael actually admitted in a GQ interview that he was gay because his father wasn't around. And we know, from Elton John to, all these guys, Nathan Lane, all these guys, they had abusive or uninvolved fathers.
Right.
And but we do counsel people on a personal level out of this lifestyle, and it all comes down to their fathers. But people like Kevin Spacey, because they're public figures, the courts have ruled that they have no reasonable expectation of privacy. We talk about this stuff all the time, and it all comes down to the father-son dynamics. And here we go again. Another classic case of the gay recipe.
And you know what? One of the dichotomies that goes on in my brain and spirit all the time, is for so many years I was a law enforcement officer, a cop, a deputy sheriff, did criminal investigations, et cetera, 2 different sheriff's offices, even worked in the prison system and the administrative offices of the central headquarters of the Florida State prison system. And so there's that law enforcement part of me that wants to look at a Kevin Spacey doing this to this kid that's now come out and, wants me to lower the boom, the rule of law. I get that. But but then there's the pastor part of me, for 30 years. I just want to put my arms around this young man that was, molested and Kevin Spacey. But I mean, both of them are damaged goods. They're damaged people. And I know that, that Jesus Christ can do some healing, do the healing and restore them and change their lives. But man, my heart just breaks when I listen to this story of Kevin Spacey. It just fits this narrative over and over again. Mike, it does. It's absolutely demonic.
Well, I know this isn't the Greg Jackson show, and we have to go soon, but, if you don't want to email ppsimmons@live.com and express what you're going through to us, for us to help you out of this lifestyle, Get 40 things to teach your children before you
Yes.
die. I
Yes.
mean, there's some powerful insight in there that will help you to deal with how to be a father,
Yeah.
how to teach your sons, how to be a man, because manhood is coming. It's coming like a freight train. There ain't no stopping it. If you want to properly educate your children on how to be men,
Yes.
I know this isn't the Greg Jackson hour here, but 40 things to teach
Oh,
your
that's
children
okay.
before you die.
Yeah.
And Greg, I'll be looking for that check in the mail.
Yeah, that's right. No, we're going to promote Greg because he not only is a good man and a godly man and a professional man. I mean, he's been in media for years and knows how to get the word out. But he's a best-selling author and he writes good stuff, good practical stuff. So, yeah, we're going to plug that some more before this show is over.